Hey guys, welcome to today's webinar. I am super excited that you could join in today. I can see that some people are already here, while we're still waiting for a few more people to join in before we go ahead. But let me know if you can hear me clearly and if you can see my screen. Just let me know very well if you can hear me in the comments. And yeah, I can see a few more people joining in. We're just going to chill for a bit to see if more people are going to join before we get started. And like I said, there's not going to be Africa Man time today. In just a few minutes, we are going to be starting. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me. And one thing I want to advise you today, make sure that you don't let anything distract you today, because what I'm going to be sharing with you today is packed with a lot of information, a lot of things you are going to be learning today. So if you don't already have one, get a writing pad and a pen to jot things down, because you don't want to miss out on anything today. Also, before we get started, I want to know where everybody's watching from. Just let me know your name and your location in the comment section. I want to know where everybody's watching from. Yeah, so a few more people are still joining in. So let's just let me hear from you. Where are you watching from? And also, I would like to know, is this your first time ever, trying to relocate out of your country, any country that you're from? And also, like, which other countries have you tried to relocate to before? Is this your first time experience ever? So let me know if you're a first timer or if you're an OG in this stuff. So like I said, we're going to be getting started shortly. So yeah. Okay. So let me know. I'm going to be sharing my screen. So just let me know in the comments if you can see my screen clearly, because we're going to be getting started right now. So let me know if you can see my screen. All right. So once again, welcome to this webinar today. I'm so glad you could make it. And in this webinar today, I'm going to be sharing with you how smart Africans are now using to legally relocate to Canada as permanent residents in 2025 using these new exclusive routes that just launched a few months ago. Now, this will work for you either as a single person or even with your family. Now, with this method, you won't have to bother about spending thousands of dollars on tuition fee or even having to deal with schoolwork, assignments, and all the likes. Now, with this method, you become a permanent resident in Canada. Immediately you land, and a few years later, you can even apply to become a citizen. Now, just so you know, relocating to Canada through the study route has become more difficult for some people compared to previous years now, because of new requirements that Canada sets for people relocating to Canada. And this started on the 1st of January 2024. In case you don't know, the proof of funds to relocate to Canada used to be around $10,000. The price has since doubled to $20,000, and this does not include cost of tuition or travel expenses. Now, you need to also remember that this will be sufficient for 1 year. So if you plan to study for 2 years or more, which is recommended if you want to stay back in Canada after your studies, now you need the same amount for the next year. And we know that we have not even talked about, proof of funds if you want to go with your family, which will most likely double or triple that amount depending on your family size, especially if you don't have any external means of funding. So here's the blunt truth. It is no longer cheap to relocate to Canada through the study route. So if you are not extremely wealthy, because relocating to Canada through the study route requires you having close to $40,000. It requires you having close to $40,000 for a single applicant. Now, it will be more if you have a spouse or even kids, and this is for 1 year alone. Now, 40,000 Canadian dollars. Now, I just need you to calculate in your currency. For Nigeria, where I'm from, that is over 40 million naira, and our minimum wage is just $50, which is about 70,000 naira per month. I'm not saying it is impossible to move through the study route. It is very possible, but you just need a lot of money. Yes, but in all this, I still understand you want to relocate to Canada regardless, and knowing you probably don't have this kind of money is the exact reason why I'm doing this webinar today. And as an African, I know how important it is to have a second passport, especially a Canadian passport. It literally opens doors for you, and that's why I'm going to show you 5 pathways to relocating to Canada as a permanent resident that does not involve heavy costs like the study route or having millions of naira or thousands of dollars. So if you are excited about learning this amazing opportunity that can get you to Canada by becoming a permanent resident immediately within the next 12 months without having anything close to $40,000, just type "I want this" in the comment section. If you are excited to learn this opportunity that can get you permanent residency, let me know if you want this in the comment section. Just type "I want this" in the comment section. I can see a lot of excited people and a lot of eager people. All right, so in this training today, we are going to cover 4 things. You will learn 4 pathways to relocate to work and live in Canada as a permanent resident rather than spend millions in tuition fees if you can't afford to. Secondly, I will be showing you designated employers approved by the Canadian government to hire qualified skilled workers. Thirdly, I'm going to show you why the Canadian government need more people to become permanent residents rather than just coming temporarily. Also, I will give you the opportunity to work with me personally so I can guide you through the entire process, which is really exciting. Now, before we move into all this juicy stuff, I need to be clear who this training is for. So you see for yourself if you qualify for it. And if you don't qualify, you can easily leave the training so you don't end up wasting your time. Now, who is this training for? First, this training is for you if your sole aim is to relocate to Canada because you want to work and provide for yourself as a single person or for your family in a better environment without thinking about the high mental and financial demands required to study in Canada. Also, this training is for you if you are a single person who wants to relocate to Canada or if you want to relocate with your entire family. This training is for you if you struggle to score high in your IELTS exams. This training is for people within the ages of 18 to 50 years old. So if you are above 50 years old, this training is not for you. This training is also for you if you have diploma or any other higher qualifications. This training is definitely for you if your goal is to become a permanent resident or a citizen in Canada. This training is for you even if you have as little as 1 year full-time paid work experience in your field in the last 5 years. This training is for you if you can't afford the huge proof of funds needed to go through the study route. This training is for you if you are struggling to meet up with the Express Entry CRA score. Now, we know who this training is for. Who is this not for? This training is not for people that want to sleep and wake up in Canada magically, or people that just like to talk without doing the work that is required for it. This training is not for people who don't have money to afford basic things like maybe booking your flights or getting your passport, all those things. This training is not for you, because when we talk about relocating to Canada or to moving to Canada and reducing cost of relocating, it does not mean that you are going to remove the entire cost. You are still going to spend money. You are not just going to spend as much as people that are going for the study route. So this training is not for people who are not action takers, like I said earlier. So if you are not willing to put in the work and apply by yourself, because you are going to be applying for yourself, right, then this training is not for you. This training is not for people who think everything on planet Earth is a scam. This training is not here to, we're not here to convince anybody. So if you already think, oh, these people are scammers or this one's another scam again, there's no need for you to waste your time watching this training. This training is not for people who give up quickly, because relocating to work and live permanently, it takes due process, and you must be able to have that patience and diligence to follow through on everything and to get the desired result. So if there's a particular result you are aiming for, you should be ready to be patient and diligent to walk through it and make sure you get that result. So if you know you don't have that kind of patience, this training is not for you. So now that we know who this training is for, we know who it's not for, let's get right into the main thing. But first, who am I and how do I even qualify to talk to you about relocating to Canada? Why should you listen to me? My name is Anthony Chika, the founder of Chika's Consult Limited, which is a registered online-based travel consulting brand where I advise and guide people on the best ways to relocate using the most affordable options available. So I graduated from the Universal School of Aviation in Abuja, Nigeria, where I studied travel agency management. And I came out as one of the best students, which made me a certified travel expert. So after my studies, I became an intern for one of the biggest travel agencies in Nigeria, and I eventually got a full-time job there. So with my experience working with a travel company, I was part of the team that helped a lot of people relocate to Canada successfully. So working in a travel company really exposed me to a lot of practical things, which I'm thankful for to this day. But eventually I had to leave the travel agency I worked with because I saw an opportunity to help people who can't afford the fees being charged by travel agencies. So I saw a lot of serious people give up on the entire process of relocating to Canada because of the fees that travel agencies charge. So this prompted me to, start teaching and educating these kinds of people on how to do the entire relocation process themselves without spending over $1,000 to a travel agent for something that, if they have the proper guidance, they can do for themselves. So I started teaching this process on how to relocate by yourself. And I can tell you for a fact that I have personally worked with a lot of people that have, successfully been able to get the desired results that they are looking for, which is really awesome because they didn't have to pay thousands of dollars to agents for the same, the same results that they're going for. And I still show them the most affordable ways possible to relocate. So moving on. These are 3 of the common ways to relocate to Canada. Now, the first one is the study route. Almost everybody that wants to relocate to Canada, they are going through the study route. The second is the temporary foreign worker or the LMIA route. And lastly, we have the family class sponsorship program. So these programs are good, don't get me wrong, but these three routes, they still have big defects that most people especially from Africa, they either can't afford it or find it difficult to meet the requirements. So firstly, let's take a look at the main reason why people find it hard to relocate through the study route. So the major reason is it requires you to have anywhere from $40,000 and above. So, and this is according to the new requirements that started in January last year, where they announced that proof of funds will be increased from $10,000 to $20,000. And this is to take care of yourself alone, because whether you like it or not, when we talk about proof of funds, the government is not collecting that money from you. You're actually going to be spending that money on yourself while you are in the country, while you are studying, you're trying to find your feet, you're trying to stay back in the country. You're going to be spending all that money on yourself. You're not giving it to the government. So, and of course, there's travel expenses and every other cost that you might incur along the line. And this is also for a 1-year program, which means that if you are going for at least 2-year program, because if you want to stay back in Canada, you need a minimum of 18 months duration. Your program should be 18 months duration minimum if you want to be able to get your postgraduate work visa. So imagine staying in the country for about 2 years. Tuition fee for 2 years or 2 sessions is about $35,000 to $40,000. Now proof of funds is about $20,000. So which means you need to have about $60,000 to be able to stay in Canada after your studies. And this is only if you go as a single person. So imagine if you have family, that price is going to increase. And you can do this conversion to your own currency and see how much it's going to be for you. If you know you can afford to go through the study route and you have over $60,000 to spend, then you can actually do that, because it's actually the easiest and quickest way to move to Canada. The major issue is always money. Money is the only problem with relocating through the study route, especially knowing that countries in Africa, we have minimum wage that ranges from $30 to $426 per month. And even if you multiply the highest by 12 months, that's still not more than $5,000, which can't even pay for your tuition. So even if you are really, really rich, like extremely rich, and you can afford up to $60,000 and above for all the expenses that you would incur relocating through the study route, we still cannot rule out the fact that the amounts will have a massive, massive effect on your bank account. So the second popular way to relocate to Canada is through the LMIA route or the temporary foreign worker program. Now, this is also another common way. And, there used to be very good programs, especially even in 2022, 2023, even 2024, before Canada now puts another restriction that basically said this program is closed. Because with this program, there have been the most restrictions we have seen in history of, immigration. It's almost like they should just, scrap the program out entirely. They started with reducing the number of work permits that they are going to be issued by 65,000. So the fact that some occupations cannot get LMIA issued in some areas, and then when it comes to work permits, the IRCC is now prioritizing, permanent residents in the country and their own citizens over foreign workers. Just tell us you don't want us to, use this program anymore, and we'll understand. Instead of putting these restrictions upon restrictions upon restrictions. So that's how that program, it just went downhill. So right now, you cannot just move into Canada just like before and just get work permit just like before. But don't worry, there's an even better way. Just stay with me. So with everything that's happening with the LMIA and the temporary foreign worker program, it's near impossible to go through this route right now. The third way on our list, which is one of the common ways to move to Canada, is through family class sponsorship program. So I really love this route because it's one of the easiest ways to go to Canada, because it's pretty straightforward. But for this route to work for you, 2 things: your child or your parents must be living in Canada as a permanent resident or as a citizen. So all they do is sponsor you to relocate to Canada to join them. Now, this route is pretty straightforward. That's basically it. But of course, you must have your child or your parents living in Canada. And I'm not talking about your relative, which means anybody in your family or your friend. I'm talking about a direct relative, either your parents or your child. So, but I know this is not the case for about 97% of you watching this training right now. So for most people, these 3 routes are ruled out because they don't qualify one way or the other, be it because of the high financial requirements for the study route, the many restrictions that the LMIA route and the temporary foreign worker program have encountered, and lastly, they don't have a direct relative that is a citizen in Canada that will be able to sponsor them through the family sponsorship program. But what if there was a way to solve all the issues you currently face with these 3 popular routes I just mentioned now? Will you want me to share it with you? Let me know in the comments. Will you want me to share? Just type share it in the comments if you want to hear it. All right. Okay. Well, this is what the permanent residency pathways I'll be sharing with you today in this webinar will help you do without hassle. Like, no need to bother about paying tuition fee at all or the high proof of funds that is required for the study route. No need to, be thinking about where you're going to get all that money, right? Because you are actually going there to work, not to study, to work and get paid. So you don't need a lot of money at hand because you're already working. And this alone will save you thousands of dollars. And no need to bother your head or break your head over the fact that there are a lot of restrictions for the temporary foreign worker program. And guys, if you are going into Canada with any of these programs like this, you are going to be a temporary citizen, which means if you go with this temporary foreign worker program, you have to stay in the country and work for a while before you'll be able to apply for permanent residency, which means you are at the mercy of the IRCC and you can be thrown out of Canada anytime, because your employer can just decide to withdraw your contract and you'll be stranded, right? But if you are going with the pathways I'm going to be sharing with you today, you will go into the country as a permanent resident. So you are going to have more rights than people that are temporary residents, people that are just studying there or they just have work visa. They are not compared to permanent residents. Do you understand? So, and I'm not saying that these routes are perfect because, of course, I'm not the IRCC. I did not create all these routes, but I'm just telling you that they are more accommodating when you compare them to the other requirements that you need. And the best part is that you tend to get, if you apply for a job and you're able to secure a job, you already have a job offer waiting for you in the country. And imagine going into Canada with a job offer waiting for you and you have your permanent residency already. That's like soft landing. Do you understand? So also, if you decide to use any of the other methods I'll be showing you later, you can move without even applying for a job, right? You'll still be able to get your permanent residency. There's another way to go about it. That's if you qualify for it while you're still in your home country. So with this, you have guarantee that you will not struggle, you will not be homeless, like you will not really lack anything because you are going to be benefiting from the government as a permanent resident. So these permanent residency pathways are what informed Africans and Nigerians are now using to sneak into Canada legally while also landing a high-paying job, no matter your skills or the kind of job you currently do in your country. So even if you are a farm worker, you are a truck driver, you are a banker, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, a nursing assistant, like no matter what you qualify for, provided you have the paid work experience and it's in demand, any other professional job positions you are doing, this route will work for you as long as the job you are doing in your home country is being done in Canada. The best part is you get a job with this permanent residency route and you don't always need proof of funds because they know you already have a job waiting for you, which means you're going to be earning money to take care of yourself. So you see, when I started teaching about, how to relocate to Canada or how to apply for yourself, my focus was on showing people how to relocate through the study route alone. And it was actually a success because a lot of people that I showed all the process, they were able to secure admissions, move to Canada. Like these are just some of the results that from the few people that we have worked with, right? And there are even going to be more in the coming months. But even with all these results, constantly, I kept getting pressure from my followers. All of them were insisting that they can't afford the study route any longer. All they want to do is go and work in Canada. Because even people that are going to study in Canada, their main aim, their main goal is to work and live in Canada, not to study. Because some people have already gone to school. They don't want to do school again, right? So a lot of people could not afford, even the time that proof of funds was still $10,000, there were people that could not afford it. Right? Imagine when it was now increased like double, right? So that pressure was a lot. So I decided that, okay, I'm going to start teaching people how to relocate through the temporary foreign worker program. It was still a success before Canada stopped that route again. But I still got people insisting that they wanted to relocate to Canada so they can work full time, which I understood because how many people can really afford $60,000? How many people? So I went into deep research and I started paying attention to some ignored routes, some ignored immigration programs, and some new ones that will be launching soon. All people really wanted to do was get a full-time job in Canada. Once they land there, they didn't want to do the part-time job that pays students peanuts. I have helped a couple of students move through the permanent residency pathway, but then I wasn't really focusing on that part, right? So it was when they actually stopped that temporary foreign worker program that I started seeing that these permanent residency pathways actually make a lot of sense. So finally, I was not just able to come up with any pathways. I was able to come up with pathways that gives you permanent residency immediately. How awesome is that? Like, even if the lowest degree you have is diploma, this can still work for you, but you only need 1 year paid work experience in the last 5 years to qualify. So yes, just 1 year, and the age limit is from 18 to 50 years old. So these are the pathways that we have. So the first one is the Rural Community Immigration Program. Yes, so this program is a brand new program that was launched on the 5th of February this year, 2025. Yes, this program is for people who want to relocate to 14 different communities in Canada. So these are rural areas in Canada, right? But obviously they are not compared to other rural areas. They are still, up to standard, that are looking for skilled workers to help them grow their economy. And these 14 communities, you have to stay in any one of them, right? So you must choose out of the 14 participating communities in Canada to relocate to. And the steps are very simple. Once you have chosen that community that you're interested in, you want to check that all the requirements that they need for you to come into the community, you are able to meet all of them completely. And then you apply for jobs in that community. And if you are able to get a job with any of the communities, any employer in those communities, you'll be able to apply for recommendation. So once they recommend you, that community recommends you to the IRCC, you apply for your permanent residency immediately. So with this route, it's direct entry, like you get direct permanent residency if you are accepted. Now, one good thing about this is that you apply to employers that are actively hiring foreign workers, because those employers know that if you are coming through the ROCIP program, which is the Rural Community Immigration Program, if you're coming in through that particular program, they know that you are a foreign skilled worker. So there's no thing of, oh, they're only hiring people in Canada. No, they already know that these are foreign skilled workers. Another program we have that is a direct pathway to permanent residency is the Atlantic Immigration Program. So this one is designed for skilled foreign workers from other countries, international graduates, and these are for people that want to work and live in one of Canada's 4 Atlantic provinces. Now, among those 4 provinces, we have New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland and Labrador. So Canada has 10 provinces, and this pathway lets you move to 4 of them. Like, you can choose out of any of those 4 and apply directly to that particular province. So this program helps employers to hire qualified candidates for jobs that they haven't been able to fill, within the province or locally. Now, this is very similar to the ROCIP program. It's just that it has a broader audience. Do you understand? So the difference is this program targets provinces, while the ROCIP program targets communities. So the next program on our list that is a direct pathway to permanent residency is the Express Entry program. Now, I know you might be shocked that I added this program, because as a matter of fact, people find this particular program complicated. But if you want to get permanent residency directly, the Express Entry can also help you achieve that. And this is another route to permanent residency in Canada for foreign skilled workers. This route makes use of something called a point-based system and draws. So it helps qualified skilled workers who can come into Canada as permanent residents. So the steps are also straightforward. You first of all get a job offer, or if you are able to do without getting a job, there's another option for that. And then you'll also be able to take a language test, which is your IELTS. Then also confirm your eligibility, see how many CRS score you have, create and submit your Express Entry profile. Once you get your invitation to apply, you now apply for permanent residency. So one good thing I discovered about the Express Entry is that you don't always need a job offer. If you have a family member or a friend who is a permanent resident or a citizen, that connection shows how quick you can adapt to the country as a newcomer. It replaces the job requirement. So you just need to find the sub-program that allows this. Right, so you'll be able to, it just shows quick adaptation as a newcomer in the country. So moving on, we have another program, which is the Provincial Nomination Program. So this PNP is also called PNP and is similar to the Express Entry, and sometimes it even works hand in hand with the Express Entry. So getting a provincial nomination in Canada for some people is used to increase their CRS score, like I said, for Express Entry. So most times those two programs are glued together, but they can still stand alone. So provincial nomination simply entails you picking a province of choice that you want to settle in. So this doesn't always require you to have a job. If you also have a family member in that province, they can also sponsor you to settle in that province. Extended family or even a friend can work, right? Or even a friend of a friend, provided you can prove, your relationship with that person. The person is able to provide all necessary requirements that you need to score points. Then you get nominated to the federal government for permanent residency. So depending on the PNP draw that you apply through, you might also need to have an Express Entry profile. So this is really similar to the Express Entry as well, but it's also a direct pathway to permanent residency. That's the most important thing. And just like the Express Entry, you do not always need to have a job offer first. And just so you know, I did not create this program. I did not just wake up one day and bring them out, right? It was created by the IRCC, but most people just ignore them and, go for the more popular ones instead, because they don't really know much about this route, or they don't have all the information, the proper information that they need about this program. So these are some of the best ways to relocate yourself as a single person or even with your family, especially if your goal is to work in Canada full time. rather than just spending millions to study. And the best part is you can still decide to study when you get to Canada. If you want to become a permanent resident, see, if you're a permanent resident in Canada and you want to go for your study, you want to further your studies, you even pay far less tuition fee than international students. If an international student is paying 20,000, you'll be paying 10,000. So one of my student friends recently moved to Canada using one of these routes I have spoken about. Now he has switched jobs after getting in, and he is back in school to get a degree to upgrade himself. Guys, this degree is even paid for by the government of Ontario. You heard me right. So before we move on, let me just tell you some requirements for these routes. So the age limit for these programs is so broad. Like, this can work for people that are within the ages of 18 and 50 years old. But also, I'm going to advise you, if you're 18, 19, 20, 21, you're that young, you will be able to apply. But most times, it's this particular programs are for skilled foreign workers. Who are skilled foreign workers? People that have finished their university, people that have worked for a particular period of time, even if it's at as low as 1 year, provided it's a full-time job and you are paid. So if you have those, then you are good to go. But also, if the age restriction can still cross 50 years old. But if you are above 50, if you are from 50 and above, I don't recommend, because most times it's going to be more, complicated for you to be able to, meet up with all the requirements. So if you fall under this age, then you can use maybe your child or your spouse that is younger to be the main applicant. And at the end of the day, they can sponsor you to come into the country. You understand? So also, even if you don't have a university degree, like I was talking about university degree for the first requirement, but even if you don't have a university degree, there are still some programs that can work for you, provided you have at least your SSC and you have the work experience that is required. Also, you don't need to score a high IELTS score. Like I said, I mentioned 5 different immigration programs. So each of them have their own individual requirements. You just need to know which one will work for you out of all of them. Right? But these are general requirements. You need IELTS, you need 1 year work experience, and also it's for skilled foreign workers. But there are some programs that can accommodate for skilled trade, like plumbers. So skilled trades are for plumbers, electricians, people that have handwork. So also, it is extremely affordable to relocate through these permanent residency pathways compared to the study route. So for the study route, we're talking about $40,000, 50, 60, 70K. But these programs, you're not going to be hearing those kind of amounts. Also, compared to the other routes, these are the cheapest way to relocate. And you might not even need to show proof of funds for some of them. So depending on the one you end up using, you might not need to show proof of funds. You also get to work full-time. Even if you want to work overtime, that's okay. You will not even struggle because you are working. You will not need to struggle to take care of your family. Your entire family can relocate with you. Can I move with my family? Can I move with my family? Yes, you can move with your family. So as you can see, these pathways are more accommodating to people with work experience, has broad age limits, and even low educational qualifications. And you get to apply for your permanent residency immediately. See, let me tell you something. People that are going through the study route or work visa, for instance, they will still come back and apply for permanent residency again after spending millions or staying in the country for long. But you that you're applying, even if it takes you a while, you are working at your own pace. You are still going to enter the country as a permanent resident. And most times, people that go before you, both of you can get permanent residency at the same time, because sometimes it takes some people 2-3 years to be able to get there. Do you understand? So you can also sponsor your family members to relocate with you if you're a permanent resident. Do you understand? So now let me make you understand something further. In as much as you want to relocate to Canada, you want to move to Canada, you want to become a permanent resident, the Canadian government also wants you as well. So basically, both parties want each other. Let me prove this to you so it does not seem like I'm making empty claims. So this is a tweet from the official Twitter account of the IRCC. It says, immigrants support economic growth and helps employers meet labor needs. Increased immigration means more people in Canada participating in our workforce, contributing to our social programs, and growing our communities. So it's important to them also. This is another article that says new immigrants' incomes have improved considerably in recent years in Canada, which means like they have all these resources that are going to aid immigrants as well. This is another tweet that is telling you about the Atlantic Immigration Program and how it offers skilled foreign workers and international graduates a chance to become permanent residents in the country. This is also another article from BBC, and it says why Canada wants to bring in 1.5 million immigrants by 2025. Like, you can go and read this for yourself because we don't have the time to read everything. But as you can see, Canada wants to fill in more than 1.5 million job roles by the year 2025. And these vacancies are still open and they are planning to welcome more people. So the question right now is, are you going to be one of them? Just type yes in the comment section if you're going to be one of the people who relocates to Canada this year or even next year. Just type yes in the comment section. All right, I can see your comments. So last year I helped several people get a job in Canada, and also some people were also able to get their permanent residence. Now this is just one person, right? This is one person that was able to get his ITA when he applied. He used the express entry route. We worked on his application together. When he got his invitation to apply for permanent residency, we worked on his application together, and he was able to secure his PRO in Canada. And right now he's considered a permanent resident in Canada. Just see for yourself. Like, this is not something that we're just saying. This, the proof is there in front of you, right? So these are also new Canadian citizens by country of birth. So mostly these are from immigrants. We have India, we have Philippines, China, Pakistan, we have Nigeria is even on the list. So, and I want to help a lot more people move to Canada and also get their permanent residency. But the question is, do you want to be among the people I will guide to Canada? Because not everybody wants to move to Canada. But so, do you want to be among the people that I will guide to move to Canada as a permanent resident? Just type I want if you want to be among the people I will guide and help them till they land in Canada this year. All right, so in as much as the Canadian government want people to come over, they are not desperate, guys. They will still make sure you follow due process to the end. And if you don't qualify, they will not still give you permanent residency. So that's why it's important to make sure that you do everything by the book and you follow right procedures for immigration. So do you want me to show you a live example of how to apply for a job in Canada using Canada's official job website? All right, so let me quickly show you how to use this website. Like I said, this website is called jobbank.gc.ca. So you can write it down, jobbank.gc.ca. So it's very, very simple to use this particular website. So any particular position that you're interested in, you can just type it in here. So here we have nursing assistant, but let me see if we can try another position. So let's see software engineer. So I'm going to be using software engineer here to see if we can see any job postings. So when you type in the particular job posting you're interested in, then just click on search. It will bring out all the results, all the job postings, vacancies, and all that stuff. So here we have 165 results. So here we have so many different particular positions. We have software engineer, test engineer, software systems integration engineer, embedded software engineer. So let's just see how this one looks. So here it's about $61 per hour for 40 hours per week. These are all the requirements: bachelor's degree in computer science, computer software engineering, all that stuff. You need work experience of about 2 years to 3 years. There's no option to work remotely. So all these particular positions. And if you want to apply, you can just scroll all the way down here, click on this button here, and you'll see how to apply for this particular position. So this is how you apply. You send your cover letter, your CV to this particular email address, and then you take it up from there. So if you still want to check for other positions, you can go back to the particular page that we were on just now. So it's just going to load up. So here, these are other positions, but these ones, their salary are not competitive. This one is $31 to 80. Oh, this one's actually pretty competitive. So you'll be able to negotiate anyone that you're interested in. This one is $55 per hour. So just basically anything you're interested in, you want to apply to as many positions as possible so that you can increase your chances. So welcome back. I'm going to be sharing with you a short story of Mrs. Jex, who used one of these unique pathways to relocate to Canada as a permanent resident. And I'm not going to be putting up her pictures or calling her name. We're just going to keep her anonymous. So we call her Mrs. Jex. Now, so Mrs. Jegs, like some Nigerians, she did not have any plan of leaving Nigeria. See, there are some people that want to just stay back in their home country. They don't have any business with Japa, right? So she just wanted to, travel the whole world and, base fully in Nigeria, just traveling from one country to another, but, still have a base in Nigeria. But all that had to change because of how invaluable the Nigerian passport has become. Do you know how crazy that thing is? Like, you want to travel and sometimes you're just going to be experiencing some kind of embarrassment because you have a green passport. And of course, the obvious electricity issues, insecurity, bad healthcare system, you can just keep on going when it comes to terrible things that are happening in Nigeria. And you might not be facing the same issue in your country, but trust me, every country has something to complain about. But this is what we currently face in our own country. And I believe you know what you face in yours. Now, when the EndSARS, which ended some people's lives, unfortunately came, this just further fueled her desire to jump out of Nigeria because she did not see herself raising her unborn children in a country that has zero value for human life. So she considered the study route, but as a software developer that she was, she did not really want to go to school again because she already had a BSc. Like, no, some people don't want to do schooling. There are some people that want to do BSc, MSc, PhD, but some people are just one and done. And that was Mrs. Sheggs. She just wanted to work somewhere and just experience life. Knowing how expensive the study route is, she completely ruled out that option. So she decided to use one of these routes that I shared earlier, which I'm going to be talking more about in my coaching program. More on this later. She persistently applied for jobs, and finally she was able to land her dream job offer just a day before her court wedding in November 2020. So she was so excited about starting the process to relocate to Canada, but unfortunately there were some delays along the way because, you know, Canada had some restrictions because of the COVID situation, that 2020 period. So few months after getting the job, Mrs. Sheggs was able to land in Canada with her husband towards the middle of 2021. Now, both of them work full-time, and I just confirmed that she'll be able to get her citizenship in Canada by the end of this year or even next year, which is really, really awesome. Now, this is a very interesting story, and you can be like Mrs. Sheggs and her husband only if you are willing to make a decision of relocating to Canada today without giving up, because there are going to be a lot of things that are going to be discouraging you. It might even take you so long, but if you are persistent, just like she was, you'll be able to get there eventually. Now, meet Mr. Ken, who got one of my programs last year, and he was able to come out successfully. He was able to get his visa, and he was, as I speak to you right now, he's in Canada. See, one thing I liked about Mr. Ken was that when he got my program, he did not have any reason to give any excuses. Anything that he encountered, we were facing it together. He buried himself in everything that I taught, and he was doing it. This guy applied for jobs. Do you know how many jobs he applied for? He applied for jobs, so many job positions, before he was able to get a positive response. Even me, I got tired on his behalf. But he had more determination than I did. And we continued the rest of the process. The last time we talked, he had already paid for his visa fee, which was approved. Right. So one thing I can assure you is that these people don't have two heads. And trust me, people that get permanent residency in countries or able to get their citizenship, they did not just wake up one day and got it. They went through due process. They went through a lot of things, but they were able to come out victorious because they really, really wanted it. They did not give up on themselves. This is also another person who got a caregiver position in Canada. Now, this is Joseph, who was able to still secure a position in Canada. He has escaped the Nigerian minimum wage of 70,000 naira. Now he's planning to earn more than 10 times of it. So before I show you the exact strategy that easily helps people like Mr. Ken, you know, get interviews, get jobs, get their permanent residency, and even more people that would rather stay unknown, relocate to Canada with a well-paying job without spending a dime on agents. Let me quickly show you some of the advantages of moving to Canada so that you'll be able to enjoy it when you become a permanent resident. So here are the benefits of being a permanent resident in Canada. 1, if you give birth to a baby, your child automatically gets citizenship. Why? Because you're a permanent resident. Another benefit is you have the chance for you to get one of the strongest passports in the world in just 3 years. This is possible because you are going to Canada as a permanent resident. So on a normal day, if you want to get citizenship in the US, the UK, Australia, you need about 6 to 15 years of being in that country for you to be able to apply for citizenship. You also have the opportunity to improve your income massively. You have access to free education for your children under 18 years. You have access to free healthcare. You have access to child care benefits, which is monthly payments for your family with children under 18 years. Yes, the government sends you money to take care of your children that are under 18 years. So for children that are under 6 years, you will be paid $620 per child. For children that are from 6 to 17 years, you get paid $523 per child. And this money is not taxed. You get this money to take care of your children. So if you have 4 children, you are getting it per child every single month. Do you know how important that is? Like that kind of having that kind of support. You also get access to old age security. Now, this is a system that is set up by the Canadian government to support seniors, which is older people. So if you are eligible for this particular program, you get financial support once you get old, or if you bring your parents to the country, they'll be able to get access to this program. You also have access to Canada Pension Plan for retirement benefits. You can sponsor your spouse, your children, your parents, your grandparents to become permanent residents as well. You also have access to reduced tuition fees for college and university compared to international students. I mentioned this earlier. If you are a permanent resident and you still want to go back to school, you're even going to enjoy it. You have access to student loans, to grants, to scholarships, to reduced tuition fee. You cannot be deported as a permanent resident. unless it's a very extreme situation, and I've not seen that kind of situation. If you even find yourself in that kind of situation, you probably deserved it. But just to tell you, now this is some of the benefits that a student of mine, who is also my friend Tamilore, who I helped relocate to Canada, some of the benefits that he's enjoying right now as a permanent resident. Very soon now, he will start applying for a citizenship. So first, he got a job that paid him $6,000 per month, which is over 9.5 million in Naira. And another side hustle that is paying him $1,500 monthly. This is the benefit of being a permanent resident, because you can work 100 jobs if you want. See, if you go into Canada as a student, you cannot work there's a particular number of hours you can work, which is 20 hours per week. And you cannot do multiple jobs, because your main priority in the country is to study. He also has access to better financial opportunities, easier visa access. As a permanent resident, if he wants to go somewhere, if somebody from that is a temporary resident, or somebody that is not a permanent resident of Canada, that is a Nigerian, is applying for a particular visa and he is applying, you cannot compare them, because he's going to get it even faster than the other person. The other person might even end up not getting it. The government of Canada just sends him money, sometimes randomly. Imagine an average Nigerian who moves to Canada, yet the government remembers him and sends him money. Now, this is how you know the system exists. Like, this is the proof that he's receiving money from the government. This is how he was able to get his own car. This is access to car payments. Like, do you understand how it makes life easy for him? He was also able to bring his mom to Canada, as you can see. It all starts from making that important decision of getting the most valuable information that will help you land in this beautiful country. So, do you believe that anything will stop you from relocating to Canada, either alone or with your family, to become a permanent resident in Canada? If I showed you the exact secrets that smart Nigerians like you are now using to successfully jackpot to Canada with a high-paying job, do you think anything will stop you from relocating this time around? Let me know in the comments. Do you think anything will stop you? All right, now I want to ask another question. Is it fine by you if I take the next 13 minutes of your time to show you how I can help you achieve your dreams of moving to Canada and also becoming a permanent resident immediately, so you can enjoy all the benefits that I just mentioned previously? Whether you are a single person, whether you are going with your entire family, using the same exact method and even new methods that I use that has worked for other people like you. Is it fine if I take the next 13 minutes to show you this? Just let me know. All right, now this gives me great joy to introduce to you today the Canada PRO Accelerator Program. Now, this program is very, very, very power-packed. Now, this is a step-by-step detailed guide showing you how to apply for a job, how to secure a job, so that you can relocate to Canada as a permanent resident within the next 6 to 12 months from now, or how you can even get invited by a friend or a family member without having to apply for a job, so you can relocate to Canada as a permanent resident in the next 6 to 12 months. So in case you are confused, there are 2 ways to move to Canada as a permanent resident. One way needs you to get a job offer. So that's one of the requirements of moving to Canada as a permanent resident. You need to land a job offer first. But if you're not able to do that, because the purpose of that is to show that you have something that's going to help you have soft landing. For instance, if you have a job offer, you're going to be getting salary and all that stuff. So you'll be able to, pay your rent, pay your bills when you first arrive. Or if you have family in Canada and you don't have a job offer, obviously you can stay with those people for a bit. They can take care of you. They can, support you financially so you are able to land on your feet. So those are 2 ways you can show adaptability to the country. Now, these routes also, you don't need to pay $20,000 for tuition fee, because you're not going to study. You don't need to pay $20,000. You don't need to show $20,000 for proof of funds. And without that fear that Canada might not let you stay after your studies. There are some people that have gone to Canada and after 1 year, 2 years, they have to come back, because they did not make the necessary arrangements that will be able to let them qualify to stay back in the country. So this guide will walk you carefully on how you can get things done the right way, because if you get it done wrong, it might affect you greatly. You might even get a travel ban that will affect your application to other countries. The best part is that you are not just getting a guide, you have access to support during the process of your application. Whenever you get stuck, you'll be able to ask questions and all that stuff. Now, here is what you get in the Canada PRO Accelerator Program. Introduction to Permanent Residency Relocation. So the first thing you're going to get is a video breakdown of the 5 permanent residence pathways to migrate to Canada. And this video is very important because it helps you understand how each of these programs work and how you are going to be able to take advantage of it. You're also going to learn websites to see legitimate job offers and how you can apply for these jobs step by step. You also learn how to know your NOC category and your NOC code, which is important if you are applying, especially if you are applying for the express entry. And then we're going to teach you how to write a Canadian CV that bypasses the ATS. Now, this is where 98% of people get it wrong, because most job applications, they don't get to the final, the final doorstep, which is to be seen by the recruiters that you're actually applying to, because they have software that they use to filter applications that they are not interested in seeing. So if your application does not pass that test, you are just going to be wasting your time, because you'll not be getting a response, not even a denial. Do you understand? We're also going to show you how to prepare for job interviews to increase your chances of landing your dream job offer. Also, important steps you must take immediately you get a job offer letter. So I will also show you 5 reasons why 90% of people who apply for jobs, they never get a response. They don't even get a rejection because they keep doing one of these 5 things. So the total worth of module 1 is $350. So this is everything you're going to be getting in module 1. Let's move on to module 2. In module 2, we will dedicate it to the provincial nomination program. We have a particular breakdown of the provincial nomination program. Even if you are 5 years old, you will understand how this works. Everything you need to know using case studies. Now, also, you will get a cost breakdown of the PMP route, how to check your eligibility, the requirements you must meet, how to calculate your CRS score, how to get your family member or friend to aid your application for permanent residency, how that process works, how to apply and secure a job while you're still in Nigeria that will enable you relocate through the PMP route. Then also a step-by-step video showing you how to apply for your permanent residency in Canada. Now, this module is worth $150. Moving on to module 3, which is the Rural Community Immigration Pilot. Like I told you, this is a fresh program, and you'll be able to learn all the information about the Rural Community Immigration Pilot and how you can relocate with this program using case studies. Also, we'll give you a cost breakdown of this program, how to check your eligibility, the requirements, how to apply for a job under this particular program, and how to apply for your permanent residency. This module alone is worth $100. Now, let's move on to module 4. This module 4 is for the Express Entry program. We're going to be teaching you how the Express Entry program works, details with case studies again, so that you can learn how to apply it to your own situation, the cost breakdown of the Express Entry program, how to calculate your CRS score, how to successfully submit your Express Entry profile, how to apply and secure a job while you're still in Nigeria that will enable you to relocate to Canada. Also, you will get a step-by-step video tutorial showing you how to apply for your permanent residency in Canada. This module is worth $150. Module 5 is the Atlantic Immigration Program. You will be learning everything about this program in the 4 provinces. So, like I told you, there are 4 provinces under this program. All of them have their own websites. All of them have their own, portals to apply for this particular program. So you get everything. They also have designated employers. So under this Atlantic Immigration Program, there are employers that the IRCC have approved that, okay, you can hire people through the AIP. So these people, if you're applying to them, it means you want to go through the Atlantic Immigration Program. So they are specifically for even skilled workers interested in this program. I'll be giving you a list of those employers in each provinces. Also, a step-by-step video showing you how the AIP application process works, including all the required documents and the process involved. This module alone is worth $100. Now, as you can see, this is not a small thing. It's a detailed guide which includes PDF and some step-by-step video tutorials. So we have ebooks, full ebooks that are going to be a full lesson. We have video tutorials, step-by-step videos that are self-explanatory, that even if you are a 5-year-old, you will understand, because we don't do any complicated stuff here. We do something that's easier to understand and for people to be able to apply to their own situation. So here is everything you're getting today. 5 modules. Module 1 is Introduction to Canada Permanent Residency. You're also going to get Module 2, which is on the Federal Skilled Worker Program or the Express Entry. We have the Provincial Nomination Program. We have the Rural Community Immigration Program. And lastly, we have the Atlantic Immigration Program. So the total worth of the entire program is $750. And this is the same thing that travel companies charge, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 for. And if I'm lying, you can just go and look for any immigration company, especially the ones in Canada, and ask them how much they charge to go about all these things. And you will see the cost that they're going to give you. And I know this firsthand because I have worked with a travel company. So here's what Mr. Femi said to me. So it's not just like I'm just calling price for you. He said, Chika, this package is sold far below its worth. The same job info that a Canadian immigration lawyer said I should bring $3,100 Canadian dollars for is totally demystified in this package. So I'm not just bluffing. This This is also Mr. Obinna that was able to get his permanent residency with us. He said someone said he should pay 25 million naira to get him a job, and I immediately told him that it's a scam. And this is over $10,000 that we're talking about. So, and he shouldn't, I told him it's a scam, that he should not go and waste his money. Like, don't even try it. Instead, he should just follow my program. And he was able to get the same results. In fact, even far better results. So he followed it and he was able to get his permanent residency in Canada. And right now, he's even trying to include his newborn that was born after he got his permanent residency. He wants to add them to his application, and so that everybody can go at the same time. And he did not spend 25 million naira. So the total worth of this program, like I said, is $750. But don't worry, you're not going to be paying $750. My plan is not to be as expensive as travel agent, because we're helping you cut costs. The official amount this guide will price at is $200, which is less than 30% of the initial value of $750. But today, you also have the opportunity to save an extra 50% and get the Canada PRO Accelerator for just $100. Now, getting this program at $100 is a total steal, because you know what you're paying for, and information that can help you get permanent residency in Canada. So imagine you paid $100 for this kind of information, and you're able to land a full-time job in Canada, or even you're able to, follow the entire process and get a sponsorship from your family member or your friend in the country, and you're able to get your permanent residency. Won't it be worth it? It will be worth it, right? I still want to do something crazy for 10 people. I said you are going to be paying $100 for this program, right? So listen closely. I have an offer for just 10 people in this training right now. If you decide to get this program within 48 hours, I'm going to be giving you another 50% off. Yes, 50% off the $100, which means you have the opportunity right now to get your hands on the Canada PRO Accelerator program that can help you get permanent residency in Canada for just $50 or 50,000 naira. Yes, you heard it right, just $50 only, but it's only for 10 people. Once 10 people get in between 48 hours from now, the price is going to go back to $100, and after some time, back to the original price of $200. So if you are interested, listen closely. 10 slots, 10 people have the opportunity today to get this program at $50 or at 50,000 naira before it moves back to $100 immediately. So the way I'm seeing it, this night, even the 10 slots can get finished this night. So don't wait for 48 hours. If you want to get this program, make sure you get it now, because before 48 hours, the price would have increased back, because those 10 people, I'm not sure they are going to wait for 48 hours to take advantage of this. So if you're interested to pay for this program, you can use the account details on your screen right now to make payments for this program. And remember, I'm even being generous, because if you're in Nigeria, $50 is not 50,000 naira. So, but I'm just going to let you pay 50K. So just use the account details on your screen right now. After making payment, guys, please send the payment confirmation to the WhatsApp number that's on your screen right now. Don't send it to Facebook. Don't send it to any other person. Just use this WhatsApp number here and send your payment confirmation. You'll get access to the program immediately your payment is confirmed. Now, I also want to introduce you to Chuka, who was able to get a job offer from a Canadian company, and all he used is this same program that you're about to get your hands on. He did not pay thousands of dollars to anybody. He did it himself with the help of this program. This is also Mr. Nicholas, who was able to scale through the entire application process and land a visa in Canada as well. In less than 2 weeks, he will be on his way there. So with my program and my help, you will have peace of mind, because you're not going to get scammed by anyone. Trust me, there are a lot of recruiters out there that are scammers. So I will only show you in this program how to apply for legit jobs, so that you can see that $50 you are paying is a change. Because most times, some people like to pay outrageously. Some people feel like if they don't pay a huge amount of money, they are not paying for something that is quality. So don't just take advantage of this particular offer so you don't miss out. Now, don't go and lose thousands of dollars because you decided not to get this program. Because one thing I know is that scammers don't like to use their real identity. In fact, let me even tell you something. Sometimes some people will see my video and they'll come and send it to me and say, "Is this you?" Because what other people do is that they will use some people's face, they will use another person's face, use another person's information, and go and be selling it. They'll collect your money and then they'll ghost you. So at the beginning of this program, you can see that I'm not scared to show my face online, because I know what I'm doing is legit. And the Canada PRO Accelerator program is not all you're getting from me today, because I'm a very generous person. So I want to give you some special bonuses that will help you relocate and settle successfully in Canada. The first bonus is IELTS training material. So you know how I told you that part of the requirements for getting permanent residency, if you're applying through any of those programs, whether it's Atlantic Immigration, rural community, provincial nomination, express entry, you need to provide IELTS. So we're going to be helping you with IELTS training materials that will help you prepare to take the test. And most the people that have used these particular materials to plan, they have scored as high as band 8, band 9. So I'm going to be giving you access. This particular bonus is easily worth $50, but I'm giving it to you for free, which means if you get the Canada PRO Accelerator program, you will get this bonus. The second bonus I'll give you is 5 recommended side businesses that can fetch you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per month. See, I'm all for making as much money as you can, because if you are doing something and you see another means that you can make extra money, take advantage of it, which is why I'm going to be sharing with you this particular information that can help you make so much money on the side for yourself. This bonus is worth $50, but if you get our program today, you'll get this bonus again for free, this particular bonus. Another bonus I'm giving you is 5 do's and don'ts when applying for your visa to increase your chances greatly. So over time, we have used this particular information to, help people increase their chances of getting their visa. So this is also something that I want to share with you so that in the future, if you need it, you'll be able to use it. This bonus is worth $50, but I'm giving it to you for free, only if you pay for the Canada PRO Accelerator program. Bonus number 4, access to my personal contact line for one-on-one help. You have 1 year full access to my personal contact on Telegram or even on WhatsApp so that I can help you out along the way when you need me. So this is the particular support system that we have created for people that pay for the Canada PRO Accelerator program. On a normal day, this bonus is worth $100, but you're going to be getting a whole 1 year full access for free. Bonus number 5, important things to take with you to Canada. So this is also another way to increase your morale and also, boost your morale to, as somebody that's going to be moving to Canada for the first time. So you know what to take with you and what not to take with you, how much you should bring and how much you should not bring, just to avoid you wasting some things or being sent back to your country. This bonus is worth $20, but you get it for free. Bonus number 6, how to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile. So another hack in landing a job offer in Canada is applying with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very, very, very good platform to apply for jobs. So I'm going to be showing you how you can take advantage or navigate LinkedIn and use it to your own, your own advantage. This bonus is worth $20, but you'll be getting it for free. Bonus number 7, best provinces to settle in Canada. This is the question that different people have asked me at different times. Which province is good? Especially people that want to go through Atlantic Immigration Program or the provincial nomination program. They have asked me multiple times. I'm going to be breaking down this information for you. And this particular bonus is worth $40, but I'm giving it to you for free. Bonus number 8. This one is a very important bonus. Cover letter and CV templates. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you access to our swipe file. Now, this swipe file contains different templates for different job positions, CV templates, cover letter templates, CV if you're applying through our CIP program. Let me not even talk much. Just pay for this program and make sure you don't miss this swipe file. It's very loaded. This bonus is worth $30,000. If I want to sell that swipe file, in fact, I don't need to talk much. If you want somebody to do your CV for you, just go and ask them how much and come and tell me. This bonus is worth $30, but you're getting it for free. Bonus number 9, free lifetime updates. So one thing I've noticed with relocating to Canada is that there's nothing like static information. Things are constantly changing. Today, they can tell you that this is a requirement. Tomorrow, there's a new requirement. So I'm constantly updating the program. As I speak to you, I'm even updating it currently because I just got better information that will make the process of applying for jobs and getting a job in Canada easier. The best part is that no matter the updates I do to this program, you're not going to pay extra for it. This particular bonus is priceless. So every single update I do to this program in the future, you are getting access to it for free. As you can see, I added more bonuses that will further ease your relocation paths to Canada, including the main program itself. And the best part is you get all these bonuses at no extra cost. Now, let's quickly summarize everything you're getting today. You're getting the Canada PRO Accelerator program with 5 modules worth $750. You're getting 9 bonuses. The first bonus is IELTS training materials worth $50. Access to settlement plan available worth $100. Do's and don'ts when applying for a visa worth $50. 1 year full access to my personal contact line worth $100. Important things to take with you to Canada worth $20. How to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile worth $20. Best provinces to settle in Canada worth $20. sample cover letter and CV templates was $30. Free lifetime updates to this program, which is, like I said, priceless. So when you add everything you are getting today, it sums up to $1,135. That's the worth of this program. That's how much value it has. But like I said, you have the opportunity to get it for $50 today instead of $100 or even $200. But all you have is 48 hours. If you are able to be among the first 10 people, you will get it for $50. So this is Lola, who was able to get a job offer from a truck company in Canada. Do you know how much truck drivers are paid? Her starting salary as a sales clerk is $26 per hour. Like, we're not playing here. We're not playing here. So as you can see, this program works. And if I were you, I would get it without thinking twice. Again, this is how to pay for this program, especially if you're paying in Naira. After making payment to the account details on your screen, you can send your payment proof to the WhatsApp number that is here as well. So right now, I just want you to imagine, just do that for me. Imagine you get my coaching program today, and then you follow exactly what I teach you in the program. You apply to jobs consistently for the next 30 to 90 days from now. And let's say you're able to finally secure a job in Canada. Sometimes it can even take you less than that, or it can take you more time than that. But let's just assume you're able to land a job in Canada, and you simply get invited from any of your family members that are able to sponsor you as a permanent resident. Then after getting a job, you apply for your permanent residence immediately. No need to go for a work permit again, since you are going to be getting your permanent residency, which can take you anywhere from 6 to 12 months on average. Then finally, you receive your email with your confirmation of permanent residency. Like, just imagine how you're going to be feeling in that particular moment. Like, and the best part is that you won't have to worry about how you will take care of yourself, because if you're able to get a job offer, it will be waiting for you in Canada. And once you enter the country, like, all the benefits of being a permanent residency, you are going to be able to enjoy it. You have rights, nearly as much rights as a citizen, except that obviously you can't vote or run for political positions. But it's only a matter of time before you get your citizenship as well. Let's say you apply with your family, they also get their permanent residency. Like, that would be super awesome, because you don't have to think about renewing spousal work visa or wanting, like, if you are wanting to further your studies in Canada, this is actually perfect for you, because you have the funds. Like, you don't have to think about how much you are going to spend for tuition fee, 20,000 per year, 18,000 per year, all those things. So do you see how with this route you are even set up for success? Because you get to work full time, which pays you pretty well to survive, and even have more if you have a spouse. So if you are in a 2-income household, even better, compared to the study route where you are set up to suffer in some cases because you are not able to work for long, 20 hours per week. What would that do for you? So my question to you right now is this: do you think paying $50 or 50,000 naira is too much for an information that can help you achieve this kind of thing? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this is too much for an information that can help you achieve something like this? So if you feel it is worth it, why haven't you secured your slot already? Like, let's summarize everything you're getting again. Like I said, you're getting the Canada PRO Accelerator program that is worth $750. You're getting up to 9 bonuses, extra bonuses, right? And everything is worth over $1,000. Now, this is how to pay for this program. So you're getting the Canada PRO Accelerator program worth $750, and you're getting 5 other bonuses. One is 5 side hustles that can fetch you $500 to $1,000 per month. Access to settlement plan available, do's and don'ts when applying for a visa, 1 year access to my personal contact line, important things to take with you to Canada, how to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile, best provinces to settle in Canada, sample cover letter and CV templates, free lifetime updates to this program. Like I said, you'll be able to get access to this program at just 50,000 naira. You can use the account details on your screen and send your payment confirmation to this WhatsApp number right here. So I just want to put out a quick disclaimer. Things may not go exactly as I said it now. Copy and paste. You might end up getting maybe able to land a job faster than 30 days, or it might take you up to 90 days. Something like I told you, Mr. Ken, that I was talking about earlier. That guy applied for jobs. Like, I think I cannot even count how many jobs he applied for or how long it took him. But he was finally able to land the job. And if he had let that stop him, trust me, he will not be celebrating the success he has now. And also, you can get a response on your permanent residency application in about 6 to 12 months, or it can take you longer. But these things are not fixed because I'm not a part of the committee in the IRCC who makes the decision on these things. So you just need to know that everybody's timeline can be different. And getting your permanent residency in Canada cannot be rushed. You cannot rush the IRCC. Trust me, they don't work with your timeline. The IRCC use their own timeline. So when you are going into this kind of applications, enter with an open mind. There's no fixed timeline for anything. Things can change as you're applying. But the thing is that you just need to understand that different people who have different timeline. Some people will get things quicker. Some people will get things longer. Do you understand? You just need to approach these things with an open mind and understand how these things work. And you need to know that when you're paying for these things, you're paying for an information that will teach you the entire process so that you can get a hold of how the application process works so that you can be able to do it for yourself. But one thing I can guarantee you is that every information we are giving you is exactly how it should be. It works, right? So you have nothing to worry about. I will always give you accurate information to the best of my abilities. Well, another thing you should know is we can only work with a limited number of people. So if you want to be part of the first 10 people, please jump in immediately because the price is going to increase to $100. And with time, it's going to increase to $200 because we cannot take a lot of people. And if we feel we cannot handle more people coming in, we will have to pause the program and only work with the set of people that have been able to get in. And like I said, this course consists of videos, it consists of ebooks, it consists of different materials and resources that can help you achieve the goal you're looking for. But we don't stop there. You still have access to us for a full 1 year. You'll be able to get the desired result that you're looking for in that particular time. You'll also ask your questions. Whatever you're doing, you'll be able to show us and say, okay, I'm doing this. This is the stage I am at right now. What can I do here? What am I supposed to not do here? So we're not just going to leave it just like that. You'll be able to still have access to ask questions and all those things. So this is what Idong, who got one of our programs, had to say. Like, we follow up with you to ensure that you're on the right track. And you have to be doing something because some people will pay for the program, they will not be using it. They'll just come and be meeting you and say, oh, I want to travel. You want to travel, but you have the information that can help you travel. Use the information to apply. As you're applying, you'll be able to say, okay, well, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm confused about this particular step. You'll be able to get the kind of support that you need. So she said, wow, good morning, Chika. This is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. You're such a good leader, if I must say. You have actually reminded me one of the very reasons that I decided to work with you. And you are showing me that it's not really about the money. It's that we are paying, even if it's far less compared to what we are receiving in return. Like, this is also another person. He said, something just dropped in my mind. I just wish to share it with you. I want to thank you for the painstaking effort and passion you put into getting the best information to give everybody a more fulfilling life. This is also feedback from another person. He said, I must confess, I just started watching the videos and you did much more than what I expected. As you can see, we don't just abandon people. Especially if we see that you are putting in the work you are doing, we're still going to follow up with you and see, okay, is this person doing this thing the right way? How are we going to help this person more? And like, that's basically how we work. Do you understand? And in case you think $50 is too much, here is how Mr. Femi was charged for something not even worth close to this program, in his own words. $3,100. And what you are getting is far better than what he got because, like I said, we are constantly updating this program. And some people might be asking, oh, they have come again asking for money. Let me just tell you, it cost us a lot of money to advertise this opportunity in order to get this information into your hands, because you most likely got here through an advert that you clicked. How do you think people run ads? Do you think Facebook runs ads for free? Even Facebook, as rich as Mark Zuckerberg is, people still pay him to run ads for them. And I also pay somebody to put those ads in motion because I'm not an ad expert. I only know about immigration. I don't know about running ads. Do you understand? Then talk about the brain work of coming up with this program. It takes weeks, months to put this program into life, to bring it to life. And it doesn't stop there because you have to keep on fixing one thing or the other, updating it with new information. Like, this work doesn't stop, and you're just getting access to it for just 50,000 naira. And it's not a subscription. Some people charge subscription fees monthly, but it's just a one-time payment. So if you think $50 or 50,000 naira is too big, knowing fully well if you go to a travel agent, they will charge you nothing less than $500, then just maybe you are not ready to relocate, which is okay. Because if you are someone that wants to relocate out of the country, you should know that 50,000 naira is not going to do anything for you. So right now, you have three choices. The first choice is get this guide today and start applying for jobs as soon as today, immediately, with the plan of moving to Canada in a few months. Or say this is a scam. And I understand that people are scared to purchase things online, but truth be told, the reward is worth the risk. Because this is exactly the same way Mrs. Grace felt until she saw that it was actually real. And she was like, she's satisfied. This is what Temi had to say as well. So in case you are scared, I can assure you that you have nothing to worry about. Nothing. The third option you have is to be in the court of do nothing. These people are always sitting on the fence. They are not making their mind on anything. But they are the same people that will come and chat you and say, oh, Chika, is there any updates on moving to Canada right now? I want to relocate with my family. I want to relocate with my family. But they will never, ever do anything about it. So don't be like that. Now, here are some frequently asked questions that I've gotten about this program. The first question is, how much would I need to relocate through this route? So I talked about 5 different routes in the program. So I really can't start breaking down each of them. So that's why it's tricky to talk about it. And I cannot start breaking down each of them and how they work. So the thing you can do is get this program. And out of the programs, out of the immigration programs that we have, out of the 5 of them, there will definitely be one that is within your budget and that you have the requirements for it. So another question is, can I move to Canada alone and can I take my family? So the answer is, if you plan to go alone, you can go by yourself. You don't need to be married to relocate. But if you have a family, you can also go with your family. Another question is, I cannot afford to get this program now. Can I get it later? So what you must understand is, this program is not for everybody. It's for people that are actively wanting to relocate, not people that wish to. People that are actually like in that space of mind, like they're in that frame of mind right now. That's what they want to do. That's the next step in their life for them. Because those kind of people, they already know that 50,000 naira for this information, they know that it's very cheap. And I'm just doing this because I don't want to be part of people that just put money before everything. Because on a normal day, if I want to charge for this program, I'm going to charge way more than $50, and it's not going to be a one-time fee. Because not having access to me for 1 year at 50,000 naira, do you think you can collect that kind of money? Like somebody who just have access to you, you'll be giving them your information, your knowledge, your time for a whole year at 50,000 naira. Think about it. So, and as you're paying me, I'm in return saving you. At least, if you wanted to go through the study route, for instance, you will spend nothing less than 40 million naira one way or the other. So imagine how much I'm saving you. So, like I said, this program is going to increase because this price is too small. So if you want to get it at this $50, make sure you get it within 48 hours. So another question is, I'm not ready to relocate to Canada. If I pay now, will I still need to pay whenever I'm ready? So whenever you are ready, if you pay for this program right now, I suggest you pay for it right now so that you'll be able to get access at this current price before it increases. So if you pay right now, you have access to it. You have access to our support system for 1 year, but you have lifetime access to the course itself. So you also have lifetime updates for this program for free. So you have nothing to worry about. Actually, you pay for this program, you'll be able to use the course at any point in time. Also, I don't have a passport. Should I get my passport before getting the program? The short answer is no. You don't have to wait till you get your passport. You can pay for this program right now. And like I said, when you are ready to use it and your passport is ready, you can start. Don't let your passport delay you. That's not something that should stop you from getting the program, because you can still start doing other things. It's not like your application will be paused till you get your passport. So yeah, do I need IELTS? Short answer is yes, but not immediately. But whether you like it or not, you need IELTS. But IELTS is not going to stop you from starting your application. Do you understand? So even if you have not done IELTS, you can still get this program, while because you're also even going to get access to our IELTS training materials. So you don't want the timing of, and also you need your IELTS to come out really well so that you're able to increase your chances of getting a job and also getting your permanent residency as well. So this program will even help you with your IELTS as well. So you don't need to wait for that. Another thing is, if I get this program today, when will I get a job? Listen, anyone or any agent who tells you can get a job, oh, if you get this program today, you get a job next week, or you get a job tomorrow, or you get a job next year, is lying to you. Same with anybody that tells you, oh, this visa is 100% guaranteed. Nobody should be able to beat their chest for something that they are not in charge of making the decision. Do you understand? So as long as you are not the company that is hiring, you are not the IRCC that is sharing visa, You cannot stand and beat your chest. You'll just be lying. So the only thing this program is going to help you do is increase your chances of getting these things done as soon as possible. Will you be doing everything for me? So no, we're not doing anything for you. This is a do-it-yourself program. Apply yourself. But it's different when you're applying yourself without any help or without any information. This program is going to be your guide to show you how to apply for yourself. Do you understand? So you'll be doing the process yourself, but with the proper guidance. Will you guide me through the process? Short answer is yes. So we're going to guide you through the process. You have 1 year access to our support system. So you'll be able to apply. You'll be able to ask us questions. You'll be able to reach out to us anytime within that period. So yeah, we're going to be available to guide you through the process. And this is why this program, the price of this program will increase, because do you know what that means? We're going to be, even on sometimes on Sundays we are available, but most times I like to remove Sundays because even God rested on the 7th day. Do you understand? So another question is, when I pay now, how will I get the program? So once you pay, the WhatsApp number is showing on your screen right now. You send your payment confirmation there. Immediately your payment is confirmed, the access link to the program will be sent to you. So you'll be sent 2 links. The first link is you create an account to the program. And this is just so that whenever you need the information in the program, you can just log into it. No need to say, oh, resend me that video or resend me that ebook or something. We are just going to have it at your disposal. So the first link, like I said, you will use it to create an account. The second link that will be sent, that they will be sent the same time, but the second link is for you to log into the program at any time that you want. So it's at your disposal. So immediately you pay, my assistant is available right now to be replying your messages and confirming your payment as we speak. So yeah, so whenever you need, you'll be able to log into the program at any time. Another question is, I'm too busy. I don't think I can do this process myself. So no matter how busy you are, trust me, you can make time to do the process. If this is something that even is very important to you, see, in this life, nobody is too busy. Provided something is important to you, you'll be able to do it. Create the time for it, and you'll be able to get it done. Do you understand? So yes, no matter how busy you are, if you have the right structure, the right and this program is not something that is like just something that wastes your time. It's created with people, with busy people in mind. It's straight to the point, no need for many English, concise. Do you understand? So it's set up for you to, you know, be able to achieve desired results in a good time frame. So if you have any more question, just feel free to ask and I'll answer as much as I can. So let me quickly summarize everything you're getting today. The Canada PRO Accelerator Program, which is worth almost $800. Also, you're getting IELTS training materials. I'm giving you my free ebook that is worth $50 on 5 side hustles that can fetch you $500 to $1,000 per month. Do's and don'ts when applying for a visa, 1 year access to our support system, important things to take with you to Canada, how to create an outstanding LinkedIn profile, best provinces to settle in Canada, sample cover letter and CV templates, free lifetime updates to this program. So this is how to pay for this program. You're getting everything I just listed now for 50,000 naira. So if you pay to the account details on your screen, just send your proof of payment to the WhatsApp number as well. So if you have any other questions that is not answered there, please use the WhatsApp number showing on your screen right now to send them to us and we are going to answer them. So you have 2 options right now. Is either you get the guide for $50 or wait till the price increases to $100 or even $200. But trust me, you can, that $150 that you're going to save, it will go a long way in your relocation process. So don't get something for 3 times the price when you can get it really cheap. So if you decide to wait till the price is even $500, I'm just going to benefit more. But trust me, if you pay $500 or $200, the person that paid $50, the both of you are paying for the exact same thing. So why wait when you can get it right now? So I also want you guys to make sure that you have paid close attention to everything I'm saying here today, so that tomorrow you don't say, I thought you said, I thought I did not hear, I thought. If you have any clarification that you need, don't misunderstand or don't misquote me. If you need clarification, if you don't understand something, just reach out to the WhatsApp number that I provided for you so that we'll be able to clear it up. And don't forget, all sales are fine now and we don't offer any refunds. So make an informed decision today so that, you know, we're able to get started on everything. And I really look forward to helping you fulfill your Canada dreams. And thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you got some value from this training today. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing you inside actually so that we can get started. So like I said, if you have any more questions, send to the WhatsApp number on your screen, and we're going to answer all your questions. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Bye.